Kids, you tried your best, and you failed miserably.
So if you don't know who Art the Clown is or the whole Terrifier franchise, I have a video on the evolution of Art the Clown that I suggest that you check out. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have been gifted with a teaser trailer of Terrifier 3. And so this kind of goes without saying, this is going to show some spoilers from Terrifier and Terrifier 2. And unfortunately, I can't show the whole thing because I don't want to get in trouble. So we're just going to talk about this teaser trailer. It starts off with Silent Night playing, and we see flames flickering, then Sienna comes into view. Quick flash to Art in a bloody Santa costume holding an axe. We see a woman screaming. Honestly, it kind of looks like Barbara, Sienna and Jonathan's mother from Terrifier 2. She's backing into a room, but it can't really be her unless this is a flashback, or it's just an actress that happens to look like Barbara. Sienna and Jonathan are probably still underage, and after what happened to their mother, they're probably going to have to live somewhere, so maybe that's a relative of Barbara. Or I'm just reading way too much into it. We see Art grabbing a man, then we see Art proceed to chop someone up. We also get a glimpse of a monstrous Victoria. Now, she is deformed, thanks to what Art did to her in Terrifier from 2016, but she's looking more like a creature. Damien Leone has mentioned that the short Terrifier and the movie which featured Terrifier, All Hallows Eve, that's a different universe, so this is not going to connect in any way. Maybe this is what he's trying to pull some inspiration from. And then we see another clip of what appears to be a Victoria in this like cesspool tub. It's really, really gross, but considering what Art does with his art, this seems to be a running thing. Maybe it's just really gross water. I don't know, but that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that. Then we get a great shot, Santa Art. I love that shot. That looks awesome. And then, of course, we have the shower attack scene. We have a couple in the shower, which I always hate those scenes in movies. It's like, oh, please. But anyway, they do get attacked by Art, so there you go. In case you haven't noticed, Art has new glasses, just like in Terrifier 2. He played with those glasses in the Halloween shop. He's got some Christmas glasses now, which I'm sure everyone will flock to buy. There are some really creepy scenes with Art, so I love the fact that Art is still going to be goofy no matter what. He's a clown. He's going to have fun. Just don't call him a mime.
I get it, dude. The whole creepy silent mime gimmick, I mean, it's very effective.
Seems more sinister in these clips. And of course, you know, we get very short little clips, little photos, but he does look very creepy, so I'm glad about that. And Art makes his own little version of a snow angel. A little blood angel. So are you excited to see Terrifier 3 in theaters? I am. And give me your thoughts. This video is going to be about some things that we can see in the official Terrifier 3 trailer. Terrifier 3 is set to be released in theaters October 11th of this year, and I am so excited. We see Art rocking in a rocking chair in this old dusty attic, and we hear a woman say,
"You survived the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper."
And she mentions the 5-year anniversary is coming up, so we skip ahead 5 years from the previous film, where in the end of Terrifier 2, Sienna decapitates Art the Clown and saves her brother. Art the Clown is then rebirthed through Victoria in a insane asylum. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I kind of have a feeling this girl might be a little obsessed with Art the Clown. I don't know anybody who would be, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. And then, of course, we see the couple in the shower, and this is just the best thing ever. Art the Clown comes in, well, he breaks the shower door wearing a Santa costume and these ridiculous glasses and with a chainsaw. As those typical scenes where they're in the shower together, blah, blah, blah. No, give me Art the Clown with a chainsaw. And his eyes look different. His eyes are white. We see this scene with a big building. I'm assuming it's a college campus. Sienna is telling her younger brother, Jonathan, that she's been seeing Art the Clown. And he wonders, are you sure? She's like, I felt him. And he also says, well, why are we here? Basically, shouldn't we run away? And they kind of come to the conclusion this isn't the end. They have to go back to the Terrifier, which is this little haunted house at this carnival where they fought and Art lost. And then we see the North Pole set up at a local mall, and Art the Clown comes out in a bloody Santa costume. This is going to be amazing. All these kids coming out and say, oh my gosh, Santa's handing out presents. And of course, I wonder what these presents are. If this was after the shower scene, which I'm kind of guessing because he's in a bloody Santa costume, probably dismembered body parts. I'm just totally guessing that. That would be funny though, I'm sorry. Maybe Art is actually being kind and handing out candy. Because we know what happens when you don't hand out candy. No, it was because she called him a mime. I know it's because Allie called him a mime.
The whole creepy silent mime gimmick?
And then we see a cop walking down this dark hallway with a flashlight and a gun. I do kind of assume this is the Terrifier haunted house that Sienna says she has to go back to. It could be somewhere else at some other point in time, but we do see a headless Art. See a woman, Victoria, in this nasty-ass bathroom. Now, we did see a clip of this in the teaser where she's kind of crawling out of this sewage tub. And anyway, so in this scene, she comes up and slams her head against the mirror. The guy that came in to investigate found the headless body. This is probably going to be a headless Art, in my opinion, and he's going to take out this guy. Just the thought of a headless Art walking around is pretty awesome, as a matter of fact. You see a headless Art, and it looks like he's walking down a hallway, possibly at the mental hospital where Victoria is staying. So, Victoria births ahead. We have a headless Art walking around. He must somehow kind of form back together. I was kind of hoping for like a Deadpool thing where we have, you know, head of Art and like little baby legs and arms, but this still works. I'll accept the head and body being reattached. I don't know if this is going to be a dream scene, kind of like the Clown Cafe dream sequence in Terrifier 2, but Sienna sees this statue of the Virgin Mary holding this chain and this creature with half of his head covered in maybe a helmet. He's making something. I wonder if that is maybe the sword. But if it has to represent anybody, my guess it would represent her father, because her father did die, burned alive in a car that he crashed off the side of the road after he was diagnosed with a brain tumor and was being really mean to everybody because he's losing his mind. It might just be a freaky scene. Kind of looks like an orc from Lord of the Rings. Now, one of the best scenes, it only lasts half a second, but you can see Victoria and Art without his little hat. It may be on a subway or a bus. I really want to see what leads up to that. I really want to see the outcome. Are people just staring at him like on the other side? There's a great clip where Art is just happily strolling by this white van. It says, Ironside Demolition, we knock them down. And there was a van in Terrifier 2. Now, going back to Sienna and Jonathan's conversation, they mentioned something still buried there. They didn't specify as to what. First, I thought it was Art's dead body, but then I thought, well, I mean, if it's just a decapitated corpse, they've seen Art, so that doesn't make much sense to me. Art's body probably moved on elsewhere, so maybe they're talking about the sword. Now, if that sword saved my life, I think I'm going to sleep with it next to my bed, and I will have it on me at all times while I'm awake. That thing is not leaving my side. So I don't know exactly what they're referring to, but those are my two guesses. And I think Sienna's going to question her own sanity a little bit, just like in Terrifier 2, as we all do from time to time. And she sees her friend Brooke, well, the aftermath of Brooke meeting Art the Clown, which is not a pretty sight. We see Victoria putting her hand in Chris Jericho's mouth. It looks like he plays a nurse or somebody that works at the mental hospital.
Did live up there in the state hospital. I killed some folks quite a while back. They said I wasn't right in the head, so they put me there in the nervous hospital instead of putting me in jail.
And I kind of wonder if she pulled out his tongue and that is what Victoria's eating in a scene we have seen earlier. So all in all, I was pretty happy about this trailer. It gave us some glimpses of the movie without giving too much away. Is there anything that I did not catch that you caught in this trailer? Let me know in the comments. I'd be so excited to see it. And I will say at the end, it is so cute for evil clown entity. Eating his cookies, doing his little happy dance. I do the same thing when I get my sweets, so... So thank you so much for watching. If you'd be interested in seeing more movie-related content, more Terrifier stuff, more horror films, please check out my channel. Subscribe if you'd like to see any upcoming videos. And like this video if you got anything from it whatsoever. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.